People, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning in each and every time. Arsenal and Tottenham have just drawn 2-2 in the Premier League, so we might as well review the player ratings from an Arsenal perspective. If you haven't seen my match review for my more general comments in regards to this game, make sure you check it out. In this game, it depends how you look at it, people, because from an Arsenal perspective, we can look at, and we will expand on it, the individual errors in this game that potentially cost us 2 points. But on the other hand, we showed great fight back, I felt personally, excluding them errors, man to a man, to get back in this game. I'm proud of my players today. I'm very proud of my players today. From a Spurs perspective, I know they're irrelevant to this vid, but on one hand, considering how the context of the game in the Arsenal, to a degree, fair degree, were all over them, they've walked away with a good point. But on the other hand, they obviously were winning 2-0 and they've walked away without the 3 points and fumbled that bag. Question marks, do you get it, people? End of the day, both sets of teams, both players, managers, everybody can fight to live to fight another day, because if Spurs lost this game, regardless of how they've been, it would have been a real kick to the teeth. If Arsenal got back in the game as we did and conceded again, it would have been a kick to the teeth, and it would have been another defeat on the road, considering both teams lost last week. So Arsenal have taken a point from their last 2 games, so have Spurs. But in regards to the player ratings, I'm going to start with Leno. I'm torn between a 6 and a 7 for Leno, people. I was going to give a 7, but mark it down to a 6 for that error he made, people. Leno is a better keeper than that individual error, and he can do better than that. There was another incident to a lesser degree, and from a more weirder sort of difficult angle, he did that. But I felt he personally, 2 players made individual errors in this game. I'm sure you know who. But I felt Leno reacted very well, and he made some big saves for us. And I think he still showed character a couple of times to come off his line. I do feel, my pet peeve today, I don't think his distribution was the best. I don't think it was poor. For the large part, it was alright. But I feel at times there was some bewildering decisions, and he was kind of forcing it, people, on top of the individual error. So I think a 6, people, is fair. Socrates, I'm not going to lie, I'm torn between a 5 and a 4. I'm actually more inclined to give a 4, people, because I always give the positive benefits of the doubt. I just weren't impressed with Socrates today, people. I feel he recovered well at times, but I feel he was diving in too much. I don't feel when he needed to press, he wasn't pressing. When he didn't need to press, he was pressing. He's diving in unnecessarily at times. Xhaka, fair enough, Xhaka missed the 50-50, but he's jumping up with Xhaka, who's jumping up with Son, and he's out of position, and it wasn't directly his fault, but it has a part to play in the sequences of errors that led to, obviously, Leno palming the ball into Eriksen's path. So I wasn't impressed with Socrates, I'm not going to lie, people, so I'm going to give a 4. I'm going to give David Luiz a 6. He had some moments, but I feel he did alright today, and it was a better game than against Liverpool. And I was looking at him personally, in particular, people. Can he stay focused? Can he stay can he stay focused for large periods and not do these sort of things? Because I tweeted it, people, and if you looked at the statistics, you would know that there was going to be a penalty in this game, and I didn't want it to fall at the head of Arsenal, and definitely not Luiz, because he wouldn't have a leg to stand on. So I'll give Luiz a 6. I thought Kolasinac did alright. Down the left-hand side, he was a threat. Potentially, his final ball could have been better at times. I don't feel he was poor today, so I'll give him a 6, people. And obviously, he's our only left-back fit at this moment in time. We know Tierney might be back quicker than we believe, but he's got to kind of repay the faith that Arsenal have shown to let Monreal kind of go and be the only fit left-back. I'm going to give Guendouzi, so he gets a 6. I was torn between an 8 and a 9. Do you know what? I'm going to give him a 9, purely because... Do you know how many outlets and people and whatnot, and people that were talking to me as well, people I know my personal life, they're like, oh, why is Guendouzi starting? Why is Guendouzi starting? Why is Xhaka starting as well? But why is Guendouzi starting? And that's fair, you can say what you want, but I didn't mind it. I'm a big Guendouzi fan, and I feel, with people saying that, I feel he was the best central midfielder from an Arsenal perspective on that field. I feel if you're big and brave enough to kind of hammer decisions to start him and question why he should start, you should show that same energy when he does well. I feel Guendouzi was disciplined today. I feel he worked his socks off defensively. I feel offensively he did well. Obviously, it's lovely that he got that assist. He had an effort where I think he should have scored as well, but I was impressed with what I saw from Guendouzi, and he would have been one of the first, if we lost that game 2-0, even though none of it was his fault, to be scapegoated. He isn't perfect, he is rough around several edges. Today, he was quite faultless for me, so I'm going to give him a 9, people. Xhaka gets a 4. I weren't really having any confidence in Xhaka today. Maybe him and Socrates, when I watch the game again, can walk away with a 5. But I feel a 4, man. The penalty incident, I don't know what's going on. He made about 7 fouls. Yeah, man, I just wasn't impressed with Xhaka. You lot know me, I don't think Xhaka's the best player in the world, but I definitely don't think he's terrible, and I think there's a use for him in the squad, but I think the longer he continues to allegedly be our captain or be one of the first names in the team sheet or a pillar in this team, I need to see what he's offering. Yes, he's got a lovely pass on him and he can kind of get the ball off short and receive it off centre half, but the fouls, the lethargic nature, not being switched on, I'm failing to see how the pros outweigh the cons with Xhaka at this moment in time. And it's going to get to the point, people, where I'm going to, similar to when Mustafi was playing, I'm not even going to question Xhaka anymore. I'm going to start looking at the manager's decision to play X, Y, Z. But he weren't, after that era, to be fair, recovered and whatnot. He did a couple stray passes. So maybe a 4 is extreme, people. So I might, on reflection, give a 5. But I just feel... You look at Guendouzi today, you look at Maitland-Niles, they're two kind of inexperienced players, and you're looking at them two to kind of switch off and make the errors. I'm not looking at someone like Leno that he might not be a regular for Germany, but someone that's been capped by Germany, someone that's in his mid-20s. The same goes for Xhaka, who's played at competitions. You lot should know in big games you have to remain focused. Leno recovered, so fair play with his thing. But I don't feel Xhaka, I feel he did, but I feel Xhaka, it's a brainless decision. You're meant to be the captain, you speak before the games of knowing certain things. And on another day, we could have lost today. Obviously, fantastic character from everybody involved, including Xhaka, to move on from making that error. And that's one thing I give Xhaka. When he makes errors, he don't feel sorry for himself. Just try not to make the errors. So he gets a 4. Torreira gets a 6. I don't feel Torreira was at the best of his games today. In fact, you know what? I might give Torreira a 5. 5 for Torreira. 6 is overdone. I give Torreira a 5. I don't feel he was terrible. He looked like he was carrying a knock, and it did look like, obviously, like I said in my last vid or at the beginning of this, I can't remember now. When we're calling for these players to start week in, week out, and they're not, obviously is Emre seeing something in training. I don't know if he's carrying a knock, but it didn't seem he was his normal mobile self. I did feel he was quite ineffective, not through his fault of his own. When Emre kind of put him further forward, I was thinking surely bring on Ceballos and either take off one of Xhaka and Torreira or move Torreira into Xhaka's place or just slightly deeper. But I think he did alright, so I give him a 5. I'm going to vote Aubameyang a 9. I was going to give an 8, but a bonus point. I feel he worked his socks off in the wide positions. I feel he deserved his goal today, so short and sweet, he gets a 9. I'm going to give Pepe... I was going to give Pepe an 8, but I feel all the players... I feel Guendouzi, Lacazette, Aubameyang deserve 9s. I'm going to give Pepe a 9 because he worked his socks off today and he got an assist and he was a constant threat and a thorn in the Spurs side. I've already given Aubameyang a 9. I believe Lacazette should get a 9 as well, potentially even a 10, but he came off. He obviously got his goal. For me, forget his goal, the application was there. He was trying to start moves. He was from the first minute. What I liked is he might not be the biggest, but he's a target man. He's if not necessarily a target man, but he's a physical presence. You saw him using his strength with the 2 Spurs centre halves. I love Aubameyang, but Aubameyang doesn't necessarily do that, and that's one benefit with Lacazette. Lacazette was obviously dropping deep and helping defensively, starting counter attacks, making smart fouls. I feel Lacazette worked his socks off. Great finish as well, so he gets a 9, potentially should even get a 10. I'm going to give Lacazette a 10, I'm going to give Lacazette, nah. Because I feel Lacazette was, he would be my man of the match. He'd probably potentially be between Mattéo Guendouzi and Lacazette. So I'm going to give, and Pepe, so I'm going to give everybody a 9, that way it's fair. I'm missing out Maitland-Niles. I feel Maitland-Niles had a decent game, so I'm going to give him a 7. I feel he had a lot to do down his flank, but I feel he was equal to it. I feel he was switched on defensively today. I think offensively he provided an option. I feel he had a good game, man, and similar to a lot of them, he's one of the first that gets scapegoated if we don't win. So I feel he put in a good performance for himself today, man. And again, I should stop saying unnatural position because he's playing there now and he's played there enough times, but you get the point. So yeah, man, that's my player ratings. I don't feel I've missed anyone else out. I mean, I liked the cameo from Ceballos when he obviously came off the bench. I think Mkhitaryan actually did alright off the bench, but it weren't really long enough to really affect the game or be of any real influence, people. So that's my player ratings. So for now, people, Deluded, make sure you check out my podcast. Link is in the description. Make sure you comment your opinion. Make sure you like it. Make sure you share up the vid. First and foremost, thank you for watching, people. DG, I'm out, and just on cue, someone's calling my phone, so I'm out.